I am now leaving Karura Forest. Mlinituma nikuja niulize what is going on in Karura Forest. I know some of the Kenyans are calling me, telling me, oh, ni Ruto anachukua hiyo shamba. I think ni Sudi miti na kato because it's a son of a big person who want to manufacture furniture and so on and so forth. Guys, I told you, if you have been this page of mine, I represent and I say facts the way they are. I cannot come all the way to Karura Forest, then I just mix information, misrepresent information so that I can make you happy. I know Ruto is a cruel person. I know the regime is so cruel. And that's why all of us were concerned that kuna Karura Forest, kuna kato mashimo. But I have talked with the operation manager. He has told me, Majuice, do like this. Hii place yote tumekata, tunakuja kupanda miti. I want you to do this. When tunakuja kupanda hizi miti, I want you to tell the public wakuje wapande miti. And he has told me the acreage of Karura Forest is 1041. That is the acreage. Akaniambia siku za Moi ilikuwa imegrabiwa, but all those titles were revoked. So hizi miti yenye wanakata ni the eucalyptus, the exotic ones. They want to make sure that wamerudisha all the indigenous. And it's not just that the Kenya forestry, it is the Karura community. That is the Muthaiga, the Runda, the Gashie, the Mjua Huruma. Those are the people in charge of the Karura Forest. Na bado ndio nimekuta huko wakichimba mashimo. So if you expected me to come and tell you, I have realized it's no. This page, the reason you follow me is because I tell you the facts the way they are and the way I have been told. If there will be other things that will come and realize later, we will come here and say it. Because, as I told you, I will be that voice. We will be the opposition with you people. Until this regime has gone home. Can you go to the Karura Forest utuangalie what is going on? Because of the deforestation that has attracted the public attention. Wakenya wengi wanasema that Karura Forest is being grabbed by this regime. So, I told you, I'll make an effort to contact the area leadership so that I can know exactly and tell Kenyans exactly what is going on Karura Forest. I have requested the area MCA, Fiona Fio, who is also my friend, to go with me in Karura Forest because he knows the place and he knows what is going on so that he can address the issue to the Kenyans and we can take his word as the area leadership on what is going on in Karura Forest. So, area MCA, tell Kenyans what is going on in Karura Forest.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm coming to that. Yes. And thank you so much for your visit to Karura.
Yes.
You are most welcome.
Yes.
My name is Fiona Fio. Besides being an MCA for Karura Muthaiga,
yes,
I'm passionate about environment and I've been involved in conservation from 2009.
Yes.
So I speak in my capacity as a member of Karura Community Forest Association,
yes,
and also as someone who lives in the neighborhood of this forest.
Yes.
In a nutshell, forests in Kenya are governed by government of Kenya through Kenya Forest Service,
yes,
and through a vehicle called Community Forest Association.
Yes.
A Community Forest Association is people who live around the forest. They come together and form a CFA.
Yes.
So Karura Forest Community Association, which is called Friends of Karura,
yes,
has brought together guys who live in Runda, Muthaiga, Gigiri, Unep, Huruma, Peponi, and such area.
Yes.
So we have an executive board that manages this forest,
yes,
jointly with Kenya Forest Service.
Yes.
And to manage a forest, you need a 5-year plan.
Yes.
So since 2009, we have had we are now in the 4th generation, yes, of a management plan.
Yes.
The management plan of a forest says this forest is going to undertake various activities for conservation.
Yes.
To start with, the community is involved,
yes,
in management of Karura. Everything that you see here, from the buildings, from the roads,
yes,
there is no monies from GOK.
Yes.
All the monies are the monies that are collected from the gate.
Yes.
And the community is in the forefront to manage this forest.
Yes.
To come to your question, no one has grabbed Karura Forest.
Yes.
Karura Forest was grabbed in Moi regime, and all those titles have been cancelled.
Yes.
Whatever is happening in Karura Forest is the removal of exotic species.
Yes.
And this has been going on from 2018,
yes,
or even earlier.
Yes.
But when Uhuru's government came, there was a moratorium, yes, that stopped the cutting of trees.
Yes.
The cutting of trees in Karura is so that we can remove eucalyptus trees and other invasive and exotic trees and replace them with indigenous trees. We have a nursery here that holds almost 1 million or so indigenous trees that will be planted. As far as the felling of trees in forest is concerned, that is the mandate of Kenya Forest Service. If you want to cut trees in the forest, you have to seek mandate or permission from Kenya Forest Service. You must be a sawmiller. You have to bid for the same. Then you are given an opportunity for in the forest. You are given an opportunity to go and harvest trees, and you have to pay to Kenya Forest Service. That has happened, and I must tell Kenyans, I am not speaking here as a representative of Karura Muthaiga as an MCA. I'm speaking here in my capacity as a member of Friends of Karura. And we are a community watchdog. What I can confirm to Kenya is that Wangari Maathai told us a plantation is a dead forest. Most of Karura, before Friends of Karura came into being, was a plantation. By a plantation, I mean there were so many eucalyptus trees. A eucalyptus plantation is a dead forest because it does not promote ecosystems. So when Friends of Karura came to be, 75% of Karura was exotic species, because you remember during colonization, this was used as a tree farm, where trees that grow very fast were grown here for the factories and for the trade. So when Friends of Karura came into being, we started a process of replacing exotic trees with indigenous trees. This has been going on from 2018, and we have achieved almost 75%. So 75% of Karura is indigenous. So we have some 25% to go to make Karura forest an indigenous forest. When Friends of Karura came to be, Karura was just 5% indigenous. The rest, 95%, was exotic trees. And there is no life in exotic trees, plantation or forestry. So we would encourage people to do plantation in their farmland also, but in a forest, you need an ecosystem. Because there are so many other living animals that thrive on the ecosystem. And for example, I would give an example with the eucalyptus. There's nothing much that happens underneath the eucalyptus. But when you have our indigenous tree, Moiri, Muhogo and such like, there is a lot of life that is happening. So to come to your point, no one has grabbed Karura. So if someone had grabbed Karura, I would be in the forefront. Kenyans should remember in 2016, 2015, we did a campaign of Save Karura. Because then Karura was under threat. I would be in the forefront to fight for Karura. But I can assure Kenyans, and I can put my reputation online and tell Kenyans that Karura forest is safe. And Friends of Karura are the ones who are going to replace the trees that are being removed with indigenous trees. We have a nursery here that has almost 1 million or so trees to replace.
Does Karura forest have a patron?
Yes, it has a patron.
Who is the patron?
So I would give you an example. We operate under Forest Conservation and Management Act as amended in 2018, and it provides that as a CFA we must have a leadership structure. So we have an executive board, and the chairman of our board is a reputable judge of High Court of Kenya. The vice chair is a reputable former DPP of this country, and we also have expatriates who serve in the same board. And also we have representatives from Runda Association, from Muthaiga Association, from